times. If you can indicate and understand your mate and see that they need help, and also women, please, I'm pretty sure they're very vocal around that time about needing or wanting help.
Right,
But
about
that
getting raped.
right, but you have to please ask that in the right way. Don't be nagging your man and trying to tell him all the time of what he's not doing right. Let him
Hmm.
know what he needs to do in order to help.
Yeah,
You know,
nagging does not help. And that's definitely one thing that men definitely will respond so much better if you just ask. They're much better if you just come out and say it and ask in a direct way. Often, even better, tell exactly what you want,
hmm
like, and how you want it. If you can't even go that far, they may not do specifically what you want, but they'll have better idea of how they can help the solution. Because ultimately, a men, when you communicate with men, they want to take in the information first, so tell them what you think would be the best thing first, not so much how you feel. Reserve that for all that emotion, that we can have when we're really during
right,
that time. Kind of reserve that for a moment where you can first say, I think during this time I am having a moment. I think I would like you to help me in this way if you are able to help me in this way, doing yada yada yada, because I feel overwhelmed. That's when you lay it in. You get what I'm saying? Because then he
right.
can better understand, like, okay, this is the issue, this is what she's asking for, and this is probably how she's feeling. So, he'll men want to help. Believe it or not, men want to help and they love being that knight in shining armor to come in, but it's even better if you let them
Well, I
know.
think it's more so is we don't want to argue. So
Yeah,
anything that we can
yeah,
do to
yeah.
resolve, prevent us from arguing with you, a lot of that communication has to come from the wife. And then also too, we already have an idea on how you feel. Just like my wife said, just let us know what you need. We can talk about feelings all day, but if you're not communicating the need, then we don't know. We can only assume. That's a dangerous game when you're trying to assume and you're putting actions off of assumptions. Don't assume, man. If you need to ask your wife,
Hmm.
what does she need? Women, you all need to communicate the need to your husbands, and let them know exactly how they can help. Men, we're fixers. We want to fix things. So
Hmm.
if you can give us that information on how I can fix this situation and make it better, then by all means, please do so. You're going to save yourself a headache in the long run for
Yeah.
both of you all.
Yeah, and save the dramatics. I know it's really hard
The
too because
hold the
we're so
hold the
animated.
feelings.
Women, especially when we're upset about something, we can tell you something and give you a metaphor and give you something like a big
A big
generalization line.
diatribe
Yeah, 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 yeah,
on
yeah.
how
You
you
can,
feel.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Just because you're so like pumped up, like, this is going on right now. But skip all of that. And I actually learned this from communicating more so with our kids too. Like, I well, actually not learned it, but I got better practice with it for our boys because they're so direct. Like, you really have to tell them within the first couple seconds that you're communicating with them what you need, what you want, how you want it. Because if you miss that time span, it's like, oh, what? I'm off doing something else. Like, and there's no disrespect, but it's like, come on.
Well, I mean, yeah, children
Like,
children have a short time, have a short
yeah.
attention span. So
Yeah, and not comparing men to children. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying that I learned that communication style really got good practice with that through them. And I know that that's effective because if it helps with a child, which is kind of one of the hardest things to tame in life, they're children. So if it can help with that, then it could definitely help in the overall dynamic of a man and a woman relationship.
right, right,
Yeah.
yeah, I agree.